Hi guys, it's Summers here, and we're on episode 5 of my squad goals career mode with Aston Villa. Get ready to settle into 3 more games in this episode, the first of which is Southampton. Here's our lineup for the game. So we've got Horn in goal, El Mohammadi at right back, Oxford and Zagadou in the middle with Henry out left. Maitland-Niles, Burge and McGinn are in the centre, whilst Nelson, Weah and Smith-Rowe line up front. Straight into the action with Nelson here, cuts back inside in the box and hits one. Not bad for 2 minutes into the game and already having an effort there. It was a bit of a wild one, but we'll take that. Okay, a bit further on here, Southampton on the ball, 10 minutes into action, knocking it around on the edge of the box. Blazed it over the bar there from Reed. Maitland-Niles here on the ball. How is that not a foul, ref? Seriously, how is that not a foul? Anyway, inside to McGinn. Oh, strikes it, but the keeper manages to palm it round the post. It's not a bad effort from McGinn. Maybe he could have squared it, but we'll take the shot anyway. Burge there on the edge of the box, knocking it to Maitland-Niles. Burge out to McGinn. McGinn back to Burge. Playing it around quite nicely here. Henry trying to open up some space in the Southampton defence as we get it to Weah. Weah's knocked it inside to Nelson, and it's a really weak effort there on his left foot from Reece Nelson. Southampton just before the break, knocking it into the box, headed one really close there. Keeper was left scrambling. Smith-Rowe putting them under pressure as we've opened up into the second half, and that's what you get for being tenacious. He's got Timothy Weah in, and it's a great goal from Timothy Weah. Just slots it home. Finesse shot. Team celebrating around the striker there, who's just managed to get us a great goal. And takes us into the lead against Southampton. Smith-Rowe really tenacious there, getting the ball back in his own possession, and sets Timothy Weah up nicely with a finesse shot. Keeper goes the wrong way. Gambles that Weah's going to go to his right. Poor challenge there from McGinn in midfield as Southampton spray the ball around, and distant shot from Southampton, and another distant shot from Southampton there, but that was more of a weak effort, and the keeper's managed to just get the ball that's trundled on through. Smith-Rowe knocking it into the box, and unfortunately nobody could get on the end of it. 76 minutes in here, and Southampton out nicely down the wing, managed to get another nice through ball in, and they've scored. Knocked one into the box, and players just drifted away from the defender and got his header in. Should really have defended a little bit better there, to be honest. We've got Dunn on the overlap to start with, and Zagadou's got caught flat-footed on his heels and couldn't recover. It's a loss there for our first game of this episode against Southampton, a game that we realistically had control of to begin with. Timothy Weah got man of the match and also 7 points based on our scoring system, with Smith-Rowe taking 5 as well. Just going to move on into some training, and this is a hangover from the last episode where Rico Henry got player of the episode, and so we're just going to fulfil his training criteria, picking all of obviously the training options that are available to us. He's got 5 slots as is part of the agreement, and as we move into rejecting another international management offer. Second game of the episode, we're at home this time at Villa Park and we're facing off against Burnley. Team lining up as pretty much as we had last time around it, same defence. This time we've played Shaparenko on the right hand side instead of Maitland-Niles, and the left hand side is occupied by Green instead of Smith-Rowe.
Thank you, Villa Park.
So Shaparenko there into Timothy Weah, who takes a great effort, but it was deflected. Keep had to make the save, and it's always worth taking those pot shots when the players got onto the ball in the way that Weah did at that point. Shaparenko here with the ball to Timothy Weah. He's found McGinn. Another block shot, and Green with the effort as well. Keeper manages to save. Corner from Burnley. Managed to get in above us, but couldn't capitalise on the chance. Reece Nelson there, fantastic hold-up play into Green. Green's going to knock it in the box, and there, waiting to pounce, is John McGinn. It's a great header from the little fella. Great hold-up play initially from Reece Nelson on the edge of the box, and manages to get it over to Andre Green with the cross, and then McGinn just there, no defenders around him, manages to nod it home past the keeper. Burnley out here on the attack on the left hand side, should be closing them down there. Two defenders get done on the right hand side of the defence. The ball gets lobbed in, and once again it's a sloppy goal to give away. 10 minutes to go, and we really should be defending better in that scenario. Oh yeah, some sloppy defending really that's led to that goal. Firstly, we didn't close them down out on the wing, and then we got out-leaped, out-defended in the centre. It was far too easy for him to get his head on that. So Andre Dozol here in midfield, trying to fashion some space, has found his man, who then found Pugh, and Pugh with a shot. But anyway, it's a 1-1, it's a draw. It's not too bad. It's another draw on the list of results for this season. Andre Green got man of the match there, and 6 points accumulated for the Player of the Episode award. So now the Player of the Episode top is Weah, Green in second alongside McGinn, with Smith-Rowe on 5 and Nelson on 4. Moving into some more training here as we just shift around the players, having given precedent to somebody else in the previous training scenarios. Hans Holm there, one of the new youngsters in the youth academy that I want to try to get trained up as quickly as possible, because he's shown signs of some real potential. We're then going to move on to Gabriel Santoro, who's already been gifted a place in the full team, and we really want to try to improve his overall potential, obviously. And then obviously Ollie Brown, the keeper that will be third string effectively at this point. Moving on once more to some more training for the players. Not bad there. A's, B's and C's across the board. As we move into the last game of this episode, and we're facing off against Liverpool at Anfield. So we're basically playing my team in this episode. Could be quite interesting game. As you could see, we're out of the relegation zone, and a victory over Liverpool could really do us quite well. I'm still sticking with the 4-3-3 formation, although obviously we're playing one of the stronger teams in the league. Codger's taken the place of Weah, just because I want somebody who may be able to hold the ball up a little bit better, as McGinn drags an effort wide there with about 8 minutes gone. Not a bad start, to be honest. just hits it first time, and I think they're fingertips there from Alisson. As Liverpool get in and undo our defence with 15 minutes gone. It's a first time effort from the Liverpool player as he comes into him quite quickly, and he just bangs it left footed outside of the left foot and past our keeper Horn. Some sharp play there from Fabinho straight into Virtue, and he just hits it first time, no messing around, smashes it into the top corner. Klopp's very appreciative of that effort by the looks of it. Once again, Liverpool putting us under pressure. Poor defending as Mane gets round us, cuts inside, keeper makes the save, but it's fell to one of the Liverpool players, I believe that's Gruick. He's just able to force the ball home. So yeah, very poor defending there against Mane. Keeper's made a really good save and cannot get up in time to stop the next effort. Just before half time here, John McGinn on the ball's knocked it through to Kodja. Keeper's come out and taken control. Moving on to the second half there, some nice play in the midfield. Nice little back heel amongst those passes that were going on. Reece Nelson now on the wing. It's cut back, throws it into the box, and Andre Green's there waiting to smash it home with a volley. Nothing that Liverpool could do about that attack. And it's 2-1, and there's a small sign of us getting something from this game. It's a great finish by Andre Green. Smashes home the volley. Straight from the kick-off here, we're going to head on into some action. Another part of the overpowered play I find with FIFA 19 is there's certain times in a game where the opposition are just so overpowered, and it's the prime example of it. As soon as you score a goal straight from kick-off, you have to be absolutely on it, because they'll just eat you up. So it's a 3-1 loss to Liverpool. Not certainly what I was looking to do, but at the end of the day, it is quite a high opposition, and we'll take what we've got. So Nelson got 7 points in that match. El Mohammadi got 5, and the player of this episode is actually Reece Nelson. He takes 11 points, just ahead of Green, who was on 9, Ware on 8, and McGinn and Burge both got 7. James Chester's just come back from his injury, and he was the player of the episode a few episodes ago. So I'm just taking this opportunity to fulfil that role of training him up, as we should do. So we're just selecting here the various training scenarios that he'll undertake. We can only fill 3 slots, so that the remaining 2 will be taken up by Ollie Brown as we try to improve the goalkeeper going forward. Moving on into the scout reports, and we've got Lewis Fraser's report here from Sweden, taking a look at a couple of the players that he's managed to find us out there. Bjorn Lundberg, the 15-year-old, he's shown quite a lot of potential, so we're definitely going to sign him up. And then we've got an extra couple of players here that we've been monitoring for the last few months, but decide not to take them any further, because we can only have so many players in the youth squad, and we don't want to be overstretching what we're doing with the training. I'd rather concentrate on a smaller batch of players. Okay, so we're going to set up the scouting network for the next 3 months as we head out again to the African nation, and we are going to scout Nigeria this time. We did go to Africa once already this season, but I think we might be able to find a player with some substantial potential out in Africa at some point. And our other scout, Lewis Fraser, we're going to send to Italy. I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. and and also subscribe for more FIFA 2019 content.